I'm massively for developers in terms of they're playing a role in society. I know on our podcast we've highlighted a lot of issues with new stock, and we don't really encourage our clients to go and buy any of new property at all, to be honest.
No.
And so our listeners here are informed, right? They understand that, but we know that they play a role, and especially developers in the last 2 years have had a really tough time. Lots of developers are going under, employing thousands of people, building costs, etc. But I think it's just being frank. This is, they're in business, right? And they've just got to make sure that they're trying to stay sustainable. Yeah. And so we just can't assume that they're just going to flood the market and cause prices to fall.
That's exactly right. Can I just mention one other thing? And this comes up a lot in the supply debate. We talk about governments releasing land. And I'm like, I'd go on realestate.com and I can't find any New South Wales government houses for sale, right? They rezone land, they respond to applications, but essentially only landowners can decide whether they're selling or not. And so I feel like this is just another one of those tricks to acknowledge that actually the market has a sort of built-in speed limit on how much it will supply. And for example, developers often complain that, it took me 7 years to get that land rezoned. I'm like, you're telling me you're in the business of building housing and you keep going and buying land that's not zoned for housing and complaining about it. Like, go and buy the zoned land if that's your business. And if your business is getting the zoning changed, well, stop complaining because, everybody wants rules changed in their favour.
That is very true because, of course, we all know that that's the single biggest cause for increasing land value is a rezoning. So therefore they're speculating, and why should their ride be made any easier?
Yeah.
But there's also the other side of this. So that's the sort of supply of new stock. Then you've got supply of existing stock. So you've got 11 million homeowners or property owners in this country who own properties that have been built, right? Whether it's been built last year or whether it was built 50 years ago or so. So then what you're talking about, supply, it extends to that as well. Like, so when the market goes up, if you're holding a good property in a blue chip area, you don't necessarily feel pressure to put the property on the market when the market falls, and you're going to try and maximise your sale price and blah, blah, blah. That's just the way it all works, right?
Yeah.
But it's sort of a bit disingenuous, isn't it? I mean, the government's sort of saying, oh, look, we're really worried about housing affordability, so 100,000, first home buyers every year can pile into the market. When you've got 11 million property owners who don't want their properties to fall in value, so, and vote. So, I mean, that's sort of one half of this.